Hi there guys and welcome to another Train Sim 2021 video. Today we are doing a run on the Brighton Main Line in the 460, which is one of my favourite trains to drive in Train Sim. I do apologise, it's been a while. There's been lots going on behind the scenes. The streams have still been there, so if you do like the content and you want to come and watch some of the live streams we do, heading over to Twitch. At the moment, I'm tend to be doing Sunday, Monday, Wednesday and Thursday. This week I'll be doing Friday as well. The name of this scenario for you guys that are interested is 1 Uniform 29. It is the 2005 Gatwick Airport to London Victoria. This scenario is available over on alanthomsonsim.com. Link is in the description below to the website. Click on scenarios, you'll find this one, or just search 1 Uniform 29. That's probably the best way to find it. Direct linking on the site is something I don't tend to do in videos. It just means you see more content, really. You might find something else you like if you're searching for it. So, good evening, driver, and welcome to Gatwick Carriage. I think it's Carriage Holding Sidings. I'm not 100% sure on CHS. On this unit's inbound work in 1 Delta 24, it suffered a brake pressure failure near Earlswood, having limped into Gatwick. The unit was quickly taken out of service, and onboard fitter attended the situation. Now, some 45 minutes later, the fault has been rectified, and the unit is ready to be pressed into service again. The unit set up from cold and register on the GSM are the inputs are as follows: 1 Uniform 29 and 008. Once you arrive at Gatwick platform, you may set up the TMS for London Victoria, which I think is 998. As it stands, we are booked to run non-stop through to London this evening, and although it's very quiet Sunday evening, things could change. That could change. That could soon change. That's going to change. I have done this scenario before, and I spadded quite badly. So I must say a big sorry to Josh, aka Mr. Dreamliner, for messing this up on stream for him. But it was fun with doing it. Right, let's see if I can remember how to cold start this. That will be the main sort of issue for now. Let's get that into neutral. And then we're going to need to aux on. DRA is set, instrument lights on, headlights we want on today. And then we want to log into the TMS. Doesn't really matter what you put into that at all. And then F1. This is going to give us a fault because we haven't got enough air pressure. We're building air pressure as we speak now. So that's always a bonus. GSMR was 1 Uniform 29, and then what was it? 008. 008. We've got the road, so we can go as soon as we have pressure, which we do. So let's get that into forward. DRA off would help, Alan. I don't know what setting I've got my controller on, actually. Not quite got main res yet. 6.5, isn't it? No, 7. There we go. So yeah, complex unit this. Available through Steam. It's made by Master Key Simulations. It's been out a few years now. It's still, I think, one of the most detailed trains within Train Sim. Just has really nice little features. Like, I just want to wash my windows there before we get going. You know, make sure I've got a clean screen for the run. But it does the aux and on procedure. The TMS itself is really actually quite involved. You can clear faults, gives you faults. There is random faults that can be activated on this as well. I think that is with Control and R. No, we are guard operated on this service, and it's random faults are now on, so I've set them on as well. Pretty sure Gatwick Express was guard. I don't think it was DOO. I may be wrong. but it didn't tell me to change it, so I'm guessing I'm just going to go on what the blurb said at the start, which didn't tell me to change to guard mode. Makes life a little bit easier as well. May do a little bit of speeding this up, just because we might be here for a few minutes. What are 460s? Were they 8 car? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, there were 8. So I've stopped. Not in the correct position, but close enough for me. Right, let's get our doors open. Let's press F2 on here. I need to acknowledge the fault first. And then F2, which I think is 0998. No, that's empty as a depot. Oh, what was it? Somebody told me it on stream and I thought I'd remembered it. Well, we've got a minute. Let's consult that one thing that I don't tend to consult very often, which is a manual. Let's have a look. Stick you in neutral. And our DRA should be on. Right. We want... not the 73. We want the 460. Let's have a look at that. Let's find our destination numbers, which I'm sure will be in here, he says, optimistically. It's a very thorough manual, to be fair. Very, very thorough manual. Right, where is a list of destinations? London Victoria start from Gatwick 0092. There we go. So if we do this 0092 F2. Then we have our announcements. Just one of those nice little features that I really like in Train Sim. It's thorough. Thorough. Right, let's speed this up a little bit. So how I'm speeding up time is a thing called async keys. I have spoken about it quite a lot in videos. There is a video in my how-to section of how to put activate async keys into your Train Sim. So feel free to go and have a look at that. We're due out via 05, I think, aren't we? Yes. Right, into forward. DRA off. I don't know if we get ding-dings. did them myself anyway, just for that authentic feel. So how have you all been? Do let me know. Why has it been so long since my last video? Well, I've had the housing association have been doing some work on my house, which has meant that I haven't had power to the shed without doing a lot of weird jerry-rigging. Not only that, I've still been able to stream, but during the days there has been an awful lot of noise because they're doing street-wide work. Even when they've not been at my house, I've had them next door with grinders or literally beside the shed with them. So there would have just been no way for me to get videos done without being in here until like 3 in the morning, which I just haven't been able to do. So I do apologise. This week sees us all back pretty much sorted. This will also be the last couple of weeks in this shed. The new shed's been worked as well, so that's a lot of what I've been trying to do during the day. We're due to move over there. I'm not going to give a date for that. Because we should have been in it already. The new shed gives me a lot more space, and it's not a new shed, it's actually just the other shed that's in the garden, but it's been insulated and stuff like that, so it'll be bigger and better than I am in this one. It'll be a little bit more proper, put it that way. But it also means that I'll be able to do more visitors to the streams, visitors to the videos, that sort of thing. So open up a sort of wealth of possibilities for YouTube stuff and for Twitch stuff. So I'm really, really, really looking forward to it. I will do a shed tour. I know a lot of you are very, very pleased with that. I'll do one of this place before I've left it. And one in the new one when we get in there. There might be a little bit of a crossover point with that, maybe a few days, but I'm trying to make sure that I'm ahead on videos, that doesn't happen. The work that was started on my house was actually only supposed to be a week. It's been we're on week 5 now. So that's how well it's gone. But we're the lights at the end of the tunnel. The lights at the end of the tunnel. To use a train pun. So 460s. 460s with the Gatwick Express units, introduced in the early 2000s. I think withdrawn. I think somebody said 2012. I'm not 100% sure off the top of my head. I can't remember. But very interesting units. Very, very interesting units. I think they were one of the most unique looking trains on the UK network. One of the things that I really liked about them was the fact that they were specifically built to do a job. I'm just going to move my mic, sorry guys. They were specifically built to do a job, and they did that job really well. So you can sort of imagine, in this day and age, having something purpose-built for one service is sort of not the done thing, is it? Companies don't tend to do it so much anymore. And that is because that you end up with a sort of unique fleet, and for maintenance and operating ability, it makes you quite limited. It's the same reason as the last of the other dedicated airport services, the 332s are being withdrawn as well now. The first one of those was scrapped in Peterborough last week before. So we are seeing the end of dedicated rolling stock. I know the 387s have some interior modifications and stuff. I don't know too much about them, actually, to be honest with you. I've kind of put it off to the back of my mind. 387s are one of my most hated units. Based on the Cambridge, the ones that frequent Cambridge, their ride quality is just shoddy. Just shoddy. And before anybody goes, oh, it could be the track as well, I'm well aware it can be the track. But when I can be on a 317 or a 365 or a 700 and I don't get jolted around as much as I do on a 387. I'm pretty sure it's the 387s. That's strange. Right, PBC controller. That's what I was just feeling about the software there. A lot of people have been asking. Oh no, it's really having a woo. Let me get that restarted. A lot of people have been asking about the sort of time frame and things like that. No, it's still not doing my lower horn for some reason. This is the reason why we test things, because we're still getting to grips with some of the worst little bits about it, and it's done it again. Making sure we've got the software set for every unit. Once we get that up and running, we are hoping to be sort of ready to start doing bits with it. Yeah, there we go. We're back to normal now. We were aiming for before Christmas. That is still our aim. Whether that is going to happen with supplier issues more than anything. Most of the little software niggles are just about done. The guys that have been beta testing these have done a really, really good job, and Dan at TS Controllers has worked his bottom off to get these ready to go out. For those of you that don't know what the controllers are, they look like this. So this is the combined traction brake controller. Mine should have a master key in here. The master key's inside. I just haven't got that with me. So you have a master key here, reverser, horn, and throttle. So that's combined traction brake. So that's power, that's brake. Price-wise, I still can't tell you the exact price because I haven't been given the exact price yet. When I do get the price, I will let you guys know. And they should hopefully make some good Christmas presents. But like I say, I can't promise anything about it being out before Christmas. I don't want this product going out and it not working properly or anything like that. So it needs to be pretty spot on before it gets released. It's all well and good with a route or something that needs to be patched. I mean, hardware-wise, we're pretty set. We know what we're doing hardware-wise. We've tested them and tested them and tested them hardware-wise. Different variations. They've been broken, they've been dropped, they've been all sorts. So we've sort of ironed out a lot of the weak spots that were in the original design. That's now been changed. I mean, one of the original things that's changed for you guys is that I've got a round, my bar here is round, whereas the one that will be on the production variant will be square, because it will do that. So we've ironed that out with a square bar. So there's lots of little things that we've worked on to sort of make it robust while still keeping it as realistically feeling as possible. So I'm really, really pumped for these, to be fair. Really, really excited. It's been sort of the culmination of the smaller door control panel, the AWS plunger, even down to now Dan's now released some other little bits and pieces, but I'll come on to those in a minute. But they're a great addition to Train Sim. It just brings a whole new level of immersion, and I love it. Two new products that have gone on from popular demand. Me and Dan spoke about a separate DRA box and a DSD holdover, like a DSD button. We spoke about this when we did the plunger, and I was like, nah, I don't think people will want it. I don't think people will want it because they're not going to be cheap as such. They are very bespoke. So I was like, I don't think people will be that fussed about them. I was wrong. I was very, very wrong. They have become incredibly the most requested sort of thing. Very highly requested. products, so they are now on sale. So there is a separate little box with a DRA switch on it, and there is a box like the AWS plunger but is black for the DSD. I'll do a video on those. I've got a set of those coming up to me very, very soon from Dan, and I'll do a video on them and show you around them, that sort of thing, just so you know what you're getting yourselves into. So yeah, they were oh, we've got a fault. Day headlight failure. We're going to be able to carry on with that. No, that's failing. Okay. I did turn the random faults on. So I'm guessing that that would be go to night mode. Put the night lights on. Just as the rain starts and the lightning, that's... You couldn't have really made that up, could you? That was exciting. See, I do like a random fault. Still on greens. It's a bit of a faster wiper there. But I've got a 60 limit coming up. Well, 45 after that. .45 30, 45 60. So the amount of times I've driven this route, I should really know it. Did I go into emergency? I must have done. So I might not have spadded this time for you, Mr. Streamliner, but I have gone into emergency braking before I actually needed to stop. That is a cautionary aspect, though. And with that rain going on, I can't tell what that next signal is. So we shall wait and see. Like a good driver, and not read through. Looks very red. Oh! That was close. I can't remember. I think there's a way of doing... Oh, did I get rid of it? Like, automate, like, you could manually set some announcements on this. So you can, like, say there's delays or something. I'm sure you can. Or am I just making this up in my head? I'm probably just making this up in my head. Set my DRA. Stick me in neutral. And now we have the road again. Now this was the signal I spared at, so I need to remember that the chances are, since I've just gone through that as a single yellow, the next one will be a single, will be a red. Alright. Don't spad. Oh, I see what might have happened here. No, you're still playing silly. Oh, Alan! There we go. We're all right. We're all right. What we're now straight into Victoria and some nice weather. On double yellows, it gives me a little bit more notice. Does it really, though? You know me. Have I hit? Welcome to first day back doing videos, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing like a bit of pressure just to get you going. We will get there. Oh. F1. I thought it was F4. F4. Acknowledge. Oh, it's not going to do it because I don't need to, that's why. Kept thinking I needed to clear that fault, but I don't need to because it's stuck on, so it's going to be like that. And we were green. Should have picked something a bit sort of less intensive to sort of ease myself back into it. This is my first video recording in ages. Green at 70, but we're coming up to a 60 and getting closer into London, which generally means high traffic. I'm right on the cusp of that being double yellows as well, and there's some quite short gaps up ahead, like signal gaps. If you see down here on the HUD, you've got signal here, signal there, and then look at the space between that and that. It isn't very far. That's still double yellow. So at least whatever it is that's in front of us is moving. Yeah, it's looking good. What time did it actually want me in there? It didn't say, did it? It's just such a shame the 460s just really is limited to London to Brighton. That is literally all it's limited to. They did go from Brighton up to Gatwick and from London down to Brighton and all sorts, so you can do the full route with them, but they didn't work anywhere else. If anybody's got any weird workings of these or anything like that, please, please, please let me know. I would love to see it. Really, really love to see it. Love the bogey camera. Don't ask me why. I love the sounds it makes, but it's just nice to have it. It was on the 317 as well, wasn't it? I think the 460 was the first one to have it. It's on the 319, the 460, 317. If you guys can think of any other ones it's on, please let me know in the comments as well. It's always quite weird, I find, the approach into Victoria, because you're going to go through these sort of quite leafy suburbs, and then it's like literally bang, you're in London. And even when you're in London, there's some relatively green bits of London, some very, very green bits of London. I didn't want it to go to 100. This is what happens when I have to use the keyboard again. My sausage fingers. And this is what I mean about the power brake controller. So it's a completely different way of driving. You get such a better feel for the train. It's unreal. Come on, brakes off. As soon as we stopped. What a nightmare of a journey this is. Welcome back, Alan. Your driver is an idiot and is sorely out of practice, even though I've been streaming most nights. Completely forgotten what that last signal was. Oh, it's a single yellow. That could have been bad, you know. That could have been red and I could have pelted through that. I really, really, really could have. I looked at the signal, completely forgot what it was about a second later. You guys ever do that? Or is it just me? I got distracted by the twinkly lights of Clapham Junction. That's gone yellow. Another 460 coming beside us now. Oh, that could make quite a nice screenshot, actually. It's not exactly a pretty part of the route, I may just add, though. Quite like that one. Do I put some power on for this climb and just hope that next signal? Let's be sensible. Looks yellow. Double yellow, brilliant. Ah, London. I can smell it from here. Burger King and... beep, 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 beep. I'm not going to say that. Right, that red's not for me. I did this last time. I thought the red was for me, but it's not. If I remember rightly, I can... Oh, did he say I could tab this one? I don't know if it was this one. I think it was one further down, you know. No, yeah, see. I'm sure there was one signal I had to tab. Don't quote me on that, though. I think it's because I was running late, and I think that's exactly what's happening here. No? Okay. No tabbing of this, any signals in this. Usually Josh does tell you in his scenarios. If there's a faulty signal, he'll say, this is a faulty signal, tab it. In a little pop-up box. Just love the announcements. Imagine a system, right, where announcements were automated and it knew where you were, whatever route you were doing. Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be nice? Without having to put markers and scenarios or anything. Signal past danger approved. Do I trust that, though? Yes, I do trust that. Maybe it is because I was running so late that I do need to tab it to get in. See, passing over, signal at danger, train stop override. Button is pressed. We were saying when I was doing the scenario on stream that actually I forget how appallingly bad Victoria Station looks in this, but it is like, I mean, we're like years old. I think this was TS 2012. I think this route came out at. So considering its age, it holds up pretty well. But Victoria, God, I think if anybody was doing a new route that had Victoria in it, it would be something I would be strongly suggesting is redone. It's served its time now, innit? See, this is based in the very last sort of few runs of the 460s, because you've got the 442s and the Gatwick Express livery, which did take over from the 460s. Right, we have arrived at London Victoria. And I'm keying off, and I'm off this train. Right then, folky dokes. Thank you very much for sticking by me through that probably pretty tedious and bad driving video. But it is classed as a warm-up. This video might not even be the first one that comes out. It might be a few others. But once again, thanks ever so much for joining me. Please feel free to like, share and subscribe. Head over to alanthomsonsim.com for your latest and greatest train sim needs. Heading over to Twitch on most evenings at the moment for pub-style atmosphere, chatting about trains. It is very much an adult place, so if you are under 18, do be warned. It is a stream aimed at people of a more mature... well, I say mature, that's a really bad word for it, because it's not very mature. It's just a bit adult and a bit silly. But anyway... Thank you very much, guys. I'll catch you next time. All the best.